and today is going to be back day. So I've kind of explained my split before. I do a push-pull leg split. So that is push chest, pull for thickness of the back, push shoulders, pull for width of the back, and then legs. I just do all of my legs, and then I'll alternate training core and calves, back to back to back, just indefinitely. So I'll do abs and then calves and then abs and then calves, and that tends to work for me. A lot of people, like guys especially, chest day is their favorite day. There's a lot of memes about it, like, oh no, like, a leg day turns into a chest day or whatever the fuck, and it's funny, but for me, I like back. I really do. I like back. I feel like I get the best pump on my back days. My traps fill up and my lats get all juicy and fill out the t-shirt a little tighter at the end of a good pull day. You look bigger, you look more awake. And then also everything you're pulling, you're holding on to, pretty tightly. So your forearms get a good pump, the shoulders even start to get a little juice in them, and I've found that I like that a lot. And it gives me that kind of short-term feel-good benefit of working out. Like when you're working out, there's short-term benefits and there's long-term benefits. So like one of the short-term benefits of working out is you put some effort into something, you worked really hard, so you feel good that day. Like, after you get done with a workout, you just kind of feel like, oh yeah, like, I feel better walking out of the gym than I did walking into the gym. Just because, like PE class or something like that. Like, it just feels good. And then for me, one of the short-term benefits is the pump. So when my traps are all pumped up and my biceps are pumped up and my veins are showing and my forearms are a little bigger, and you look in the mirror and you just look bigger, more full. Those are one of the short-term benefits of working out that I really enjoy. And then long-term benefits are, over time you'll put on muscle, or you'll lose weight, or you'll get overall healthier in time. And those are things that take a little longer. So for me, the benefit right now through December is going to be I'll put on some muscle, hopefully, right? And I'll put strong effort into everything I do. I'll try to progressively overload all my major lifts. I'll be consistent. I'll work hard, and hopefully after 3 months I'll have some new muscle to show for it. So that's it. Short term, that feeling of I put some hard effort into something today, so I don't feel like a lazy piece of shit. And also the pump of seeing my body all jacked up and looking good in the mirror after my workout. Those are my short-term benefits. And then long-term, for me currently, added muscle mass. And then come January, I'll be like everyone else and just trying to trim up for the summer. So put on muscle through December, trim up from January to March, and hopefully come summer or close to summer, everything will come together pretty nicely. So for back today, we got bent over rows, just regular grip. Hopefully go pretty heavy on those if my lower back's feeling good. Just like 85% of America, I got a fucked up lower back, so it doesn't feel very good when I do certain lifts. When I was younger, going into my senior year of high school football, I was doing a deadlift, and back then I was a trap bar deadlift. I deadlifted like 470 pounds or something stupid, and I was like 165 pounds body weight. And back then it was more about lifting the weight than it was about having perfect forms. We're kids, we're 18 years old. It was football weightlifting. So I went in there, picked up 465, felt like a man. My coach was all hyped about it. I was trying to impress people. So I threw, 20 more pounds on the bar, and I went for, 485 or 475 or something. And halfway up, my lower back just blew out, I have it on camera. My dad has it on camera, an old camera. And it was just like, you could hear the crack throughout the whole gym, electricity through my feet. I wasn't able to walk right for a long time, and I never got it checked out. Never went to the doctor like most men. I was just like, I'll get over it. And to this day, that still haunts me. So when I do hinging movements, bent over rows, power cleans, even seated cable rows, you know, stuff like that where my lower back needs to support me, it can get very painful very fast, which is frustrating because you want to not be able to, you want to fail at a workout because it's heavy, because you worked as hard as you possibly could. You don't want to fail at a workout because, oh man, my shoulder's starting to hurt, or oh man, my lower back hurts. Like, that just gets frustrating. So hopefully that feels pretty good today. Single arm lat pull downs. So I'll go single arm, you know, pretty self-explanatory. And then I'll get on the hammer strength row machine, the one that looks like the handles look like antlers on a deer, and I'll go fucking stupidly heavy on that. I like that machine because you can go really heavy on that thing. I can put 4 plates on each side and just pull the fucking shiz out of it and get a really, really good pump through the forearms, the biceps, the back, and trying to focus on the trap, which is a stupidly strong muscle, by the way. And then I think for biceps, I think it's 21s, and then hammer curls, and you know, I'll probably do some kind of preacher curl just because I've really been liking how preacher curls are feeling. When I get on a preacher curl, I kind of figured something out where I kind of keep my elbows in a little tighter, and I curl through my pinky, you know, instead of just curling, just pulling the weight up. I kind of sit up, and when I curl through my pinky, and it's been feeling really, really good. So I'm gonna probably do those, and that'll be it. So a lot of these things aren't too complicated. It's just, you know, you follow that rep scheme: 10, 10, 5, 5, 3, 2, 6 to 10 top set, 12 to 15 second set, and then move the fuck on. And then accessory lifts, like all my curls, except for my, you know, I'll probably, one of my curls I'll treat with that same rep scheme, probably like a, I don't know, probably my hammer curls or something. I don't know, I'll pick one. And then my other curls, I'll just do 4 sets of, say, 15. I'll spam that movement over and over and over again until I just get a sick pump. And then I'll get in the mirror, you know, take a couple pictures for Instagram and get out of there. It's 6:40. The gym closes at 9. So 2 hours should be more than enough time to get a good workout. I already took my pre-workout like 30 minutes ago. So my face is itching like a motherfucker right now. Sorry, so my face is itching like crazy right now. And then that'll be it. So we'll get in, start with some straight arm pull downs, and get going. So to start, we got 3 sets of 15 to 20 on straight arm pull downs. A lot of people know what these are. You'll see people doing them in the gym all the time. What I'm trying to focus on my straight arm pull down is jamming my shoulders back and down as I pull my arms down. So you'll see a lot of people pulling, and they'll kind of do this. But your shoulders will stay forward. You want to pull down and push your chest forward and pull your shoulders back. So here, not here. So just visually, when I go and I squeeze my core more, so when I stop thinking about, keeping my chest up, when I squeeze my core, keep my rib cage down, and pull my shoulders back and down, I saw in the camera, everything wakes up more. So on your straight arm pull downs, don't like stick your chest up and let your stomach get loose. Keep your stomach tight, keep your rib cage squeezed down. with that tightness in your stomach, then squeeze your chest up. It's a lot, but shoulders back and down. And that was just to warm up the back. So that was good. And now we're gonna go and hopefully get a barbell and do some rows. With any shoulder movement, with any back movement, the first thing we're pulling back is the shoulder. So when I'm doing rows, for example, or when I'm doing a straight arm pull down, or when I'm doing a lat pull, I always let the shoulders loose, let the shoulders kind of fall forward or up if it's a lat pull, or forward. And then the first thing I'll pull with is the shoulder and then the elbow. An easy way or an easy cue to keep in mind that I use for people is pull and make your chest big. So when I pull, I make my chest big. Look what happens to my shoulders. When I push my chest out, my shoulders pull back. Because by pushing my chest out, I'm pulling my shoulders back. I'm activating my trap. So shoulders first, elbows second. So I worked up my weight on my rows. I went 10, 10, 5, 5. And I don't know what weight this is. I just kept increasing it. And it felt heavy. And I started to feel my lower back get a little funny. And my form started to get a little tough. So that told me this was probably a good weight to work with. So I'm going to take this for 6 to 10. And then I'm going to unload it. And I'm going to go for 12 to 15. So this will be my first working set of the day, 6 to 10 with bent over rows. So, not perfect, but it was hard. And I probably got 5 good ones, and then however many shitty ones, but whatever. So that'll be that set, and I'll strip this down super light, probably to 115 pounds for my second working set, 12 to 15. And I'll post that on Instagram or something, I don't know. Just finished bent over rows. Got up to, I don't know what weight for the heavy working set, but that's why I record things, so I'll know what it is later. And then my lighter set was 115 for 15 reps. Again, my lower back feels like shit a lot of the time when I do rows, and once that back starts not feeling good, my form starts fucking up, and I'm worried more about my hips and my lower back than just pulling and working on my lats and my traps. But still did it. So now we're on single arm lat pulls, and then I just did my 2 light sets of 10, and now we got 80 pounds for a set of 5. I like single arm on the lat pull on thickness day because I get a little freedom of my hand, and that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I kind of want my palm to be facing back towards me as I pull, as I get to the bottom of the movement, because that helps me tuck my elbow in a little tighter. And tucking my elbow in tight and driving it down is what's really going to get that lat engaged, keeping my elbow tight, driving it towards the hip, and then pulling that shoulder back as I finish the movement is going to get my trap engaged. So I can reach however I want to. I get freedom of movement. I can reach, kind of do whatever I want to with my hand, and as I pull, rotate that hand back towards me and drive that elbow into my hip, and it makes for a good movement. And it just works on the middle of the back a little more. Keeps my elbow tight, so I'm kind of building that kind of tight middle part of the back in my head. And then when I do my back for width day, I'll grab wide and I'll pull wider. But yeah, so this will be my first heavy set of 5, and I have 2 sets of 5 to warm up, and then, as I've said before, 10, 10, 5, 5, 3, 2, 6 to 10, 12 to 15, and that's for a big movement. This is a big movement, so we'll see how this goes. Feels good. Heavy, not too heavy. I can go heavier, but getting me ready for, I'll probably do 100 pounds on my per arm, which is pretty heavy. But you get the idea. Reach up, however, as we pull, palm towards you.
might as well do that other arm, right? If I want to cut this out, I'll just cut it out. See, pretty heavy, not too heavy. So I'll taper it up, and like I said, I'll go 80, probably 90 for my next set, and then 100 pounds for my working set. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Worked up to 100. It was feeling pretty good. I thought I might be able to get 110, but this is why that top set, that top warm-up set is so important. I did 100 pounds for 3, and I know for a fact that getting 10, there's no fucking way. But I can get 6, I think. So I'm gonna take 100 pounds. I'm gonna do it the best I can. I'm gonna get hopefully 6 good ones, 4 trash ones where I'm just kind of pulling as hard as I can with, you know, barely moving it, or more, or, you know, flip it up, maybe 4 good ones, 6 trash ones. But somehow I'm gonna get 10. Let's see how it goes. One at a time. That didn't go as good as expected, but still got, I think, 9. I think it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. If it's not hard, you're not gonna grow. I'm gonna do one more on each side, just because I feel like that was a bad effort. Okay. Just for the juice. Now, cut the weight somewhere light. I mean, 70%. And 12 to 15, and then we'll go do the hammer strength row. Try to get closer because I realized I don't have a mic and these things don't record, it's just the phone that's recording. So when we go on a back day, I live by rule of thumb about 8 working sets per muscle group. That's not something I go by. Sam Sulik said that, and I like how he trains, you know. But 8 working sets per muscle group. Now, if you know, which I've been saying, our only working sets is that heavy working set of 6 to 10 and that lighter working set of 12 to 15. So that's 4 exercises focusing on the back where we have 2 working sets. I did 2 working sets on rows, 6 to 10, heavy one where shit we went bad, and then 12 to 15 with the lighter weight. I went 2 working sets on the lat pulls, same thing. I'm gonna go 2 working sets on dumbbell rows because I fucking love dumbbell rows. It gets my traps fucking pumping. And then I'll go 2 working sets on the hammer strength row machine. Now I was gonna do hammer rows right now, but there was someone on them, and I like these anyway. So I'm gonna work my way up just like everything else, and then I'll get 2 working sets, 2 heavy working sets. I'll probably only record the working sets, but same thing as everything else. You wanna kind of reach, let that shoulder slide forward while keeping your chest big. Let the shoulder blade slide forward across the rib cage, so we're reaching, letting it slide. Lead with the shoulder as we pull, and then drive the elbow back. or not just driving the elbow back without pulling the shoulder back, because then we look like this. That looks like shit. You want to pull, like this. So shoulder, elbow, not elbow and nothing else. Because then your shoulder starts rotating how it's not supposed to, and that sucks, right? So, same rule of thumb as we do on our bent over rows, same rule of thumb as we do on our lat pulls. Any back movement, really, you lead with the shoulder and then pull with the elbow. So I'm gonna go. I'll do a couple warm-up sets. Maybe I'll record them, maybe I won't. Like I said, my phone only has so much storage, and I'm learning this is fucking tough to do. And then I'll record the working sets, and then same thing with hammer row. Shoulder, boom, elbow, boom. Not elbow, no shoulder. Look at that. That looks like shit. That looks good, right? Okay. Hopefully you can hear that, because it's loud as fucking. After some time, took some time, worked our way up to 110 on the bent over, or the dumbbell bent over row, whatever. I'm gonna take this for 6 to 10. Feels pretty good, honestly. And this is one of those movements where you can go really heavy. I've seen people go real heavy on bent over rows because your hand is on the bench supporting your back. There's not a lot of pressure on my lower back. It's almost like having a chest support, but it's my arm. So I can go pretty heavy without all that strain on my lower back, and I can focus on just pulling the trap, driving the elbow, rather than, oh, my back hurts, I don't feel very good. So you can pump pretty hard on these. Everybody can. I encourage you to go heavy on your dumbbell bent over rows. So I'm gonna go and try for, let's just see how it goes. This will be pretty heavy. Same thing on the other side. Oh, super heavy. Love that. Okay, so I did the hammer strength row. I worked my way up to 5 plates on each side, and I got like 5 good reps, and then like 4 shitty ones. I liked, but I like those. I like those shitty reps. So I got 9 total. And then I didn't record that because there was someone waiting for the machine, so I didn't have time to set up the tripod and all that shit. But I'm on to curls, and I really have learned, I didn't used to like it, but I really learned to like this preacher curl machine.